All right, guys, Black is here. Happy New Year. This is my first video in 2022, and it's gonna be a doozy. Y'all ready for this? Before I talk about the school bus driver, I want to tell you about my niece. All right, my niece is 27 years old, and she is driving a truck. She's training to drive a truck for Schneider Trucking Company. Now, before she became a truck driver, she used to complain about the way I drive. She said I drive slow. She said I drive passive. She said I drive like I don't have anywhere to go. That's the way she said I drive now. Right. Now that she has become a truck driver, she understands now why I drive the way I drive. She understands why I raise hell when certain people do certain things, certain drivers rather. She now understands what it feels like to be sitting up in a big tall truck and have somebody cut you off, slam on brakes or turn. She's like, she called me the other day and she's like, I understand, Unc, I understand now. And the thing is, you know, I have a few driving videos on my channel and people leave comments. And you know, some of them, they leave a comment. And I'll say something like, if you was a truck driver, you'll understand. And of course, they'll come back with a lie. I've been driving for 37.5 years. You're a damn lie. Because if you were driving, you wouldn't have left the comment. The comment sounds like a comment that a person who have never driven a commercial vehicle would leave. You know, truck drivers talk a certain way. Truck drivers say certain things. People who drive cars talk different. You can't fool a real truck driver. You can watch a few videos online. You can play the little augmented truck driving videos or whatever, but you can't not learn how to talk like a truck driver until you become a truck driver. You just can't. You can't fake it. Okay? You can call me driver, but you're not fooling anybody by using the word driver. You know, a lot of the old people, I mean, a lot of the young people who don't know any better won't even say that. But let me get back to this. I saw a video. Now, I found out this happened about 23 years ago. Right? It was a school bus driven by a female, was taking some kids to school, and she stopped, not necessarily, well, she stopped on the railroad track. She got hit by a train, so she stopped on the railroad track. Now, she claimed that the light was red and the light wouldn't turn green, so she couldn't pull. She didn't want to run the red light. When I'm sitting here reading this stuff, they said that the arm came down and hit the back of the school bus. Now, I'm sure if the arm came down and hit the back of the school bus, a damn good indication that you were in harm's way of the train, okay? Guys, I went to truck driving school, okay? And I remember the school, the instructor telling us, you do not stop on the train track. If there's a car in front of you that will not move and you're sitting on the train track, you can push that car off. You can push that car out the way. I'm not talking about the car is sitting at the red light. You're on the other side of the train track. You drive across, you blow the horn, the car won't move, and then you push. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I have a video of an example of what they was talking about. I'll put a link to this video. I made the mistake of I think it was a female, letting her out. I let her make a right turn in front of me. We in Louisiana, Bogalusa. She drives across the railroad track, and as she's crossing the railroad track, she throws on the signal light and stopped to make a left turn. Now, she wasn't on, I think she was past the railroad track, but I stopped on the railroad track. I didn't blow my horn. I didn't push her out the way. There was a right lane open. No one was coming, so I put on the signal light and I went around her. But just say for whatever reason, there was a one lane and I couldn't go around her. I wouldn't have blown the horn. But if the lights had started flashing for the train was coming, I would have blown the horn. And if she didn't move, I would have pushed her butt through the intersection. Not ram her, but pushed her through the intersection. And it would have been 100% legal. Yeah, I know. I know you don't believe it, but again, you have to go to truck driving school. People who go to truck driving school, we learn certain things that you won't learn in cars when you drive a car. All right. But getting back to it, there's no way in hell I would have gotten hit. There's no way I get hit by a train. To be honest with you, it's got nothing to do with a truck driver. Anybody with common sense would not get hit by a train. Now, there are some examples where it wouldn't be your fault. For instance, I haven't had this to happen, but I've heard about it. And I saw a video. There's a cop. There was a train coming by, and the train went by, and the cop decided he's going to shoot across the intersection. When he shot across the train track, another train came by and hit him. Now, I can't really blame that on him. Letting the guy was blowing the horn. I don't think the video tells whether or not the train horn was blowing. Now, if the train horn was blowing, he did that, whatever. But getting back to it, there's no way in hell I would get hit by a train. You know, when I got my CDL, I didn't drive a tractor trailer right off. I drove a straight truck hauling propane for almost 5 years. 2 months from being 5 years. We had a driver who got arrested because he left the ass end of his truck on the trailer. We drove a straight truck. You know, as a matter of fact, all straight trucks use the cab of a school bus. It's just the back of it was a truck, but it was International Freightliner. We use the same trucks. So they was kind of long. They were kind of long trucks. They were straight trucks, but they were long. Anyway, he left the butt end of his truck sitting on the train track, and the cop pulled him over. He didn't arrest him for that. He arrested him because they made a mistake. Some kind of way they got it mixed up. His name was mixed up, and they arrested him because they thought he had a warrant somewhere, someplace he had never even been. But they locked him up. And my manager had to go get him. But again, he wouldn't have been pulled over if he hadn't left the back end of the truck sitting on the track. And that sounds like the same thing that school bus would have done. She left the tail end of her bus on the train track. You cannot do that. And some people say, well, I didn't know my tail end was on the track. You're driving that school bus. You're supposed to know how long your tail end is. Some people say, well, it wasn't her normal route. She had a license to drive a school bus. She's supposed to know that school bus, period. But anyway, that's all I got to say on the subject. You know, I feel so bad because I'm like, something that's still, she's sitting there waiting for me. The light was red. And a train is coming. A train trumps the red light. And I'm like, but I've heard, I can't think of them right now, but I've heard some situations where people say something stupid like that. You know, this was a female that said this. A lady told me she got fired from her job because her kids wouldn't get up so she can get to work on time. And I'm like, you got fired from your job because your kids wouldn't get up so you can get to work on time. She's like, yeah, they won't wake up. And I'm like, you stupid mother. Dre, y'all have a good day.